You know about the sign stealing scandal. And oh, by the way, the Boston Red Sox are not immune from it. Your manager is gone. We don't know what kind of repercussions are going to come down the pike involving their championship in 2018. We know what they're talking about with Houston in 2017. What are your thoughts about all of that?
First of all, I think we have due process for a reason. You don't convict people with rumors or slander or gossip, which happens a lot on sports shows, sports radio, because you talk about what did you hear, what did I hear. If there's proof that somebody broke the rules, they should suffer the consequences of that. That's why there are rules. By the same token, sign stealing has been part of baseball since baseball started. They've been the World Series with the Giants or whatever, 1958. They stole a sign, hit a home run, won the World Series. Do you take that trophy back? It's a complicated thing. You can't break the rules. By the same token, I would rank this scandal a lot far below the PED scandal, for example, which I think makes a much more profound.
Well, what are your thoughts about players? I mean, Mike Trout has spoken out against them. Several of the Dodgers, including Bellinger, spoken out against them. You know, you've got folks that they literally, I'm talking about Major League Baseball players, like, these are not champions. These are not champions. They clearly cheated. Major League Baseball has determined they cheated. The only reason why the players weren't punished because they were granted immunity by the commissioner so the commissioner could get the information. So in light of all of that, like you said, rules were broken. My belief is you keep your money, okay? You don't, you're going to play this year, but those rings should be given back and that championship trophy should be confiscated.
But
you don't feel that way?
He just said the PED scandal was far more egregious than this.
I think knowing whether it's an off-speed pitch or a fastball is a much smaller difference than putting on 30 pounds of muscle and all going from hitting 22 bombs in 1 year to 50. Okay, nobody on Houston or any other team made that kind of leap or improvement. The PED issue, which, by the way, saved baseball when baseball was dying because of the strike. And McGuire and Sosa came back, and they got in a home run duel, and everybody loved baseball again. And then they threw those guys under the bus when they were done with them because they had the fans back again. You know, Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame. Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame. You know, we don't expect perfection from people. If you do break the rules, you should be punished. Whether or not they have to give back rings, I don't know. Asterisks, that's the kind of thing that I leave to more qualified people like you.
Gotcha.
Above our pay grade.
Yeah. It's, well, first of all, if you're stealing signs with technology that the other team doesn't have a real chance to counteract, like there's no way to defend yourself, I think that is different. I agree it's not as good as good an advantage, as big a deal as the PED scandal. That's true. And I appreciate your point about Bobby Thompson. It was the 1951 game against the Dodgers, which is essentially a playoff, shot heard round the world. And Dom DeLillo, in his great novel, Underground, used that as the last moment of purity in American life, when, in fact, it turned out after the novel was published 10 or 15 years later that he was stealing signs. So I appreciate that point, too. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.